Hello. You can see beef jerky. Okay. So I was just on a flight. Let me show you actually. I was just on a flight from Bali to Doha and then Doha to Manchester back home to the UK. This is me, the little, obviously, business class. Always got money. Little cubicle thing, right? And I start meditating. I turn on the little app that I use. I'll explain which app I use and everything in a second, right? But I turn it on and I'm like following my breath. And then the little door opens and the hostess is there and she says, "Oh, sorry. Oh, you were like meditating. Okay, cool, whatever." She's like, "Just sorry, like, the lights on. You've got to put the seatbelt on." Okay, so I put the seatbelt on. No problem. I go to meditate. Then she comes back again. "Oh, sorry. Like, there's like a 3 point seat belt. Like these belts were weird. It's like you've got to do this up one here." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay, sweet." So I do that again. She comes back again. "Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry, but we have to move this other thing, and I've got to do this thing, whatever." And I swear to God, she comes back one more time, like 5 minutes later. Oh, really, really, and she like really apologized. Really sorry, I should have done this before. I think she's like new or something. Need to do this other thing, whatever it was, right? And around that time, I'm maybe 5, 7 minutes into this meditation. I'm not thinking about to just basically stop it. It's basically been ruined, right? Actually, that's probably the best thing that could have possibly happened because once you understand what meditation actually is, you'll realize that she actually helped me to create one of the best meditation sessions I possibly could have had. You see, meditation has 4 steps, and once you understand these steps, you will actually meditate so much better. It's kind of like a rectangle, right? We're going to go in this flow. So that this way there, down here, that way. This makes sense, right? So we're going like clockwise. So the first step that we'll say, step number one, is focus. We focus on the present moment. So most of the time when you hear like meditation apps and whatever, they'll tell you to focus on the breath. You don't have to focus on the breath, by the way. You can focus on sounds. You can focus on bodily sensations like your feet or your toes. You can focus on your breath, on your like skin, whatever. You can focus on music, sound. You can focus on candlelight. It just has to be specifically something that's happening right here, right now, because we're focusing on the present moment. Okay, all good. Here's the problem. People think that there's just one step to meditation, focus. And so when they lose focus, they get upset. Actually, when you lose focus, guess what? That's actually the second step. It's part of the meditation session to lose focus. So when we are focused, we're present, we're focused on we'll just say this is with the breath, okay? We're focused on the breath. Then the second step, naturally, within like a second, we lose focus. We think, we get distracted. The hostess comes in for the fifth time and tells you, okay, sit upside down and do the seatbelt this way or something, right? We lose focus. Interestingly, though, when we lose focus, often there's a delay between when we've lost focus to when we've realized that we've lost focus. The third step is the realization that we've lost focus. So, first we're focused, okay, we're focused on the breath, right? Okay, sweet. Then we lose focus. But in this moment that we've lost focus, let's say we lost focus because we had a memory. So we're meditating, we're focused on the breath, then a random memory pops up about something from high school, for example. Then we're almost indulging in this without really like realizing, becoming conscious that we've lost focus. So you understand this, right? Like you can imagine that you lose focus, you get the random memory, and you're stuck in this for a few seconds and you think that you're not meditating anymore. But in fact, this is part of the meditation because the next step is when you realize, oh, I was just thinking about this memory and I should be focusing, right? So you realize, so, oh yeah, I was just thinking, I was distracted. She distracts me, says, okay, the 3 point belt thing I've got to put on. Me realizing, oh yeah, meditation, just got distracted from it, right? Then the fourth step is just coming back, coming back. When we realize that we've lost focus, we position ourselves again, we close our eyes, and then we just come back to being focused again. This is what I'd say is like the framework. I used to call this the mindfulness framework. It's a four-step framework to actually understanding meditation. We start with the focus. Everyone understands this. But the moment that you lose focus, or sorry, I should say, the moment you realize that you have lost focus, that's when everyone gets this weird little limp dick mindset towards meditation, saying like, oh, well, I tried to meditate, but it didn't really work for me because I kept on losing focus. Well, yeah, motherfucker. Did you think you just focus for the rest of your life? You just like, oh, you're just on the breath for like till you die now. Of course, within like a second, you're going to lose the focus. Then you realize you've lost the focus. Of course, why would you be upset at that? The point is, when you realize you've lost the focus, to complete the rep, like the pattern, all you've got to do is come back to the breath. And here's the thing, this is like the special point. Let's say this one right here. This is the special point. This one. When you hit this point and you come back to being focused, this is like +1 experience, 1 XP in the meditation skill, in like your brain skill. This skill that we're training is the exact opposite to what happens when you scroll on like short form content. So when we scroll on short form content and we're watching like these reels and whatever, and you're scrolling, okay, here's like some GTA gameplay bullshit, Andrew Tate, little bald guy there, blah, blah, blah. And then his I don't know, this is I turned $1 into 50 cents or some shit. Like, yeah, oh, nice, bro. So we're scrolling on this shit, right? What happens is we are training our attention span to get shorter so that it's kind of better at adjusting to this new context. The opposite of this is when we train our attention span to constantly keep coming back to that point of focus, step one, so that way we can basically stay on one thing for longer. So if you are like part of this new generation who is feeling the consequences because of like bad dopamine, like this ADHD content, by meditating, you will literally reverse it. And that means that you will be able to hold your focus so much better to the point that eventually, when you lose focus, it you'll still always lose focus, by the way. Like monks say that sometimes they can avoid, like they can stay here for like seconds, maybe a minute. Think about that. Guys who have trained this for decades say that they can stay here for seconds to maybe like a minute. You're probably thinking, wait, what? So you can only be focused for like a minute? That's kind of crap, isn't it? No, no, no. Like, even though it seems like it's not much, being able to focus, like stay here without getting a wandering thought for a couple of seconds is like, holy shit, you don't realize. Right now, you probably lose focus every like 1 second. Like, you've genuinely probably gotten about 500 irrelevant thoughts through this video. You've probably scrolled down and you're feeling shameful, but you probably scrolled down to the comments already, right? That's basically mental illness, by the way. Like if I, maybe I sound mean, but you probably have like like you should be diagnosed with like a learning disability. Really, think about it. It's like a 5 minute video, and you've already distracted yourself at least like physically like 4 times looking at the little suggested videos to the right, right? I bet you're still like you've got like this itch inside of you to do it again. When we get this to literally just 1 or 2 seconds, which I know sounds really short, but for some reason it's I don't know what it is, but it's just how it is, right? When we get this and we train this period, even though we'll still lose focus like every 5, 10 seconds, that changes your life forever. What this actually does, like practically, is that when you start, let me hear, when you read a book, most people will get maybe about here, and that's when their mind wanders and they get a random thought, and then when they kind of come back to the page, they'll realize they don't remember what they've just read, and so they almost have to like read this sentence again. When you train this and you get 1 XP for, one pattern of this, when you've gotten, let's say, 200 plus 200 XP, so you've done 200 patterns of this 4-step cycle. Once you've done that 200 times, you'll get to about here instead. And so you'll read about 4 sentences, so double. And then you'll realize, oh, my mind wandered. I've got to read this sentence again. So 200, you might be able to do this in like a maybe across like a 1 or 2 hours of meditation, across like a couple of weeks. So you could double how long you could go before your mind wanders. And the same thing, like this is a book, right? But imagine that this is the transcript of a conversation with your fucking loved ones. It's the same thing. When your future woman is looking you in the eyes and telling you about something deep and your brain wanders through it, imagine how powerful it would be to double how long it takes before your brain wanders. Is that not like something you might think is worth like millions of dollars? So imagine when you're reading, it's doubled. When you're speaking to your wife, it's doubled. When you're teaching your son, it's doubled. When you're learning from like a YouTube video like this, it's doubled. When you're listening to music, it's doubled. Everything in your life, your attention has doubled to the point that like you still have the points where your mind wanders, you get a irrelevant thought, you've got to like come back and focus again. But imagine just doubling that, and honestly, you could get here in like 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. How awesome is that? If you just meditate 10, 20 minutes a day, you'll get this effect immediately. Now, if you want to go hard and you meditate more like 60 minutes a day, which is what I do, and of course, if you're like busy with school and stuff, I'm basically like weirdly unemployed. I'm like, I've got a business, but it's like, it doesn't take that much time from me or anything. So I have a lot of time. So obviously, you might not have as much time, but I do 60, right? I've just started doing 60 again for the first time in a while. I'm probably getting like this like every day. Like I'm noticing just how well my attention span is sticking, and I've only been doing 1 hour a day for the past like week or so, right? So this is just what you do. This is meditation. It's really that simple. People overcomplicate it, and people like think it's some vague thing. Oh, I lost focus, and so I can't really meditate. The next time you hear someone who says like, "Oh, I tried to meditate, but I couldn't really focus," walk them through these 4 steps. Walk them through and tell them like, no, 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 like losing focus was, of course, it was a part of it. Like, of course, like that's just the second part. Is we start with the focus, we lose the focus, we realize that we lost the focus, and then we just have to come back. As soon as you come back, that's when you gain the experience. That's when you get the little XP points. That's when you do like that. It's kind of like doing 1 rep in the gym, like 1 bicep curl, 1 squat. That's the points. So when you've realized that you've lost focus when you meditate, all you have to do is come back. So at this point, when I was here, and she kept on coming over and disturbing my meditation session. She When she came over, the hostess, she brought me over to number 2. When I then realized, and I kind of came back to the sort of meditation session, the app, and I realized that I just lost focus, that was number 3. And all I had to do was close my eyes, take a pleasant deep breath again, and I was back to focusing on this. Meditation is not about being focused. Meditation is coming back to the present moment once you have been distracted. If you just understand this, I think that you'll be so much more likely to meditate, and you'll be so much better at it, because the benefits, if you like, honestly, if you're an intelligent person and I've just explained this to you, your jaw's probably dropping, thinking like, oh shit, wait, that's probably one of the most important skills I could possibly ever train in my life. To double or even triple or whatever, like 10x this, how often your mind wanders. This is the difference between your future wife feeling loved and divorcing you. Honestly, this is the difference between your children growing up resenting like how hard you worked, even if you were rich and you had all the money and everything. This is what will keep your future children like literally loving you, when you are present with them and you can stare them in the eyes. This is how you seduce a woman. This is how you make money. This is how you record a banging YouTube video. This is everything. Your ability to just be here right now in the present moments. Can you not see that this may be one of the most important skills just in general? Now imagine how important this skill is with this generation of this bullshit fucking content as well. I may have just given you one of the most important lessons of your entire life. Please take action on it, and don't just make this yet another YouTube video where you watch and you comment and you're like, oh yeah, this guy is kind of cool. Yeah, YouTube channel Hamza. Oh, his bathrobes kind of look like, oh, gold jewelry. Oh. And then you just go back to being a fucking Jeffrey. Take action on this. Start to meditate more. Take a screenshot of this. Let me put me in the middle so you can take a screenshot of this if you want, with my little goofy face in the middle, and just practice this. Because honestly, like, it will change your life forever. It did for me. And you'd be so surprised at the random benefits that you'll literally eat cleaner. You'll cheat on your diet less. You'll enjoy food more. You'll need less like junk food to get pleasure from it because you'll just be focused during it. Like, even think about it. Meditation makes you enjoy junk food more, but in a weird way where you'll eat it less because you get more pleasure from it. Like, you get to the point where you're satisfied faster. Because imagine the worst way to eat junk food is to eat it like when you're mindless and you're not even enjoying it. Meditation makes you enjoy every experience more, and the bad experiences, the sort of bad habits that are kind of bad for you, like drinking, drugs, whatever, you'll literally do less of them because you'll derive more pleasure from every hit. And you might be thinking, wait, if you derive more pleasure, then wouldn't you do more? But then in practicality, do you see people who meditate and monks get addicted to shit? No, of course not, because you literally will enjoy it more. And here's the thing, right? Here's the last point I'll make. The reason why I'm making this video is because, I'm saying, okay, this is our benefit. Yeah, we can stay, on track. And then, if our wife is talking to us, we can stay here and focus on her, right? Don't you want everyone you come across to have this as well? Like, it's amazing. Okay, we're doing this, right? Like, I'm doing this, you're doing this, right? Okay, we're going to increase our attention span so that we're present with people. Wouldn't it be so nice if your parents did this as well? Just for our selfish benefit, that then when they look at us and we're speaking to them, that their brain stays with us as well. Wouldn't it be so nice that your future wife sees this video as well? So if you want to be like a soldier of meditation, share this video to some people who you genuinely really want them to learn this skill and to get this benefit, because it's going to help you. You can subscribe to this channel. By the way, this is my second channel. I have a main channel which has got like millions of subscribers, but this channel's more for like the sort of advanced, mature audience. And so if you're like learning from this and you think this is kind of cool content, then make sure you subscribe, like, comment and stuff. I hate to ask that stuff because it just sounds cringe as fuck, but it will help to basically show more videos of mine of this on your homepage, because sometimes you don't get shown it. You'll keep getting shown like this garbage content. I'm here to basically make your life better. I'm incentivized to do that. These people are here to make your life worse. They're incentivized to do that. So you choose the kind of creator who you basically want to help to like blow up on the algorithm. The top link in the description, by the way, is my free self-improvement community. So if you're a bit more of like an intellectual and you want to discuss and write forum posts and comments and everything, you can go discuss self-improvement. So go do that right now. Goodbye. Mwah.